for the people who cannot attend, so we can share the video later. All right. Okay, let's see. Again, I'm gonna share screen. Okay. So yeah, I hope I can go to the next slide now.
Yes, please.
There. Okay, so this is about me. I come from Romania, and I've been married for 25 years. Some of you know my husband. He teaches the other EYP2 group, Chris. And it's been 16 years already since I've been teaching, and this is my 6th year in Sweden, and my family and I are staying here. So we are trying to learn the language. As some of you know, it's not easy. So, and that's it so much. I love museums. I love to travel, especially around here. And I'm really grateful to be here. It's a good place. Harpreet, my colleague, you may know her already. She's been here for 7 years, and her husband works for IKEA, so some of you probably know him from there. And they have 2 sons, and they love to spend time with their family. They come from India. Okay. Kisha is our specialist teacher, and she teaches Swedish, well-being, and PSPE. And we are really happy to have her. This is the 2nd year that Early Years has a specialist teacher. And this is really wonderful because our kids get to learn and reinforce the same concepts through different lenses. So what we teach in the class is also what Kisha teaches, but in another way. So it's a beautiful addition to our Early Years program. All right. And she comes, I'm not sure if she says here, she's teaching Swedish, but she comes from Thailand, and she's been here for many years. So she's like a native Swedish speaker. Our roles in the EYP and Cherries, well, it may look like it's easy, but it's complicated, in fact. So we address students' academic needs and their social and emotional well-being. This is our first and most important focus. We encourage them to develop independence and take responsibility of their own learning. This has been renamed as agency in the EYP enhancement. So what we do, we encourage them and we give them suggestions instead of telling them what to do and giving them direct instructions. We support their effort to gain understanding, and we are more, I would say, like a coach in sports than like a teacher who would tell them what to do. We help them to establish their personal values, and the goal of this program is to develop international mindedness, which is, I will tell you later, this incorporates the learner profiles. And the goal of our commune and our school together is to create lifelong learners. So this program develops all these ways of helping the child learn through their own efforts rather than learning something already set. That's why you will see that children develop differently and they have different ways of understanding or learning. Inquiry-based learning in the early years. Of course, this is not something new, but if you're new to IB, you need to understand that this is the core of IB. So inquiry. Children learn by discovering, touching, hands-on activities. They learn through play at this stage because it's hard for a child to understand that they have to sit and do something just because we want them to. So we find activities and ways to incorporate what we teach through play. So play becomes meaningful in the sense that they understand, they connect what they know, their experience makes sense when they do something connected to what they know. So if you want to read more in detail, I will share this presentation and you will know what I'm talking about. But for us, play is the way we teach. And you will see in pictures on Toddle that I'm sharing, I hope you all have access to them, that we try to make it fun. So it's not really very academic. It's more a fun way to learn. So play-based learning. Based on research, yes, it's possible to play with a purpose. It's learning through play is universal, as you can see in this slide. It looks like it depends on the culture. So I would say in my country, in Romania, play is limited at school. So children get to play when they go to breaks, and when it's time for academics, it's serious time. Here in this culture, in this international schools culture around the world, play is seen as a means of teaching. And young learners develop their cognitive and thinking skills through play because they learn to negotiate, they learn to interact with others and to speak up for themselves. And then they learn from each other, which is something we do in the IB program. We have activities in groups where children share their thoughts and they take turns to discuss, and they have opinions, and there's no such thing as wrong answer because we learn through inquiry, through this beautiful way of twisting and touching and just discovering new things. This slide is quite funny. It shows a kid who's playing, but this is actually for you to know that our school has joined the Lego Foundation, and it's a foundation with other schools in the Nordic countries where they preach this learning through play even more. They have realized that play is very important in the early years, and it's the best way to help kids learn. So a few members of our school will be going to different schools, and they will have workshops there and teach other educators about learning through play. And of course, there will be an exchange program. We'll probably get some of them to come. Yeah, but that's the new thing this year. Our school has joined this Nordic community of schools. Yeah, success with the EYP. In the EYP curriculum, early years program curriculum, teachers monitor, document, measure, and provide feedback on student learning. Learning is viewed as a continuous journey where teachers identify students' needs and use ongoing assessment and feedback to plan the next stage of their learning. So this means that we don't test them and put a mark and that's it. We observe them, we help them where they need help. And children are so different. Some are strong with academics, some like numbers and not so much letters. Some are more inclined to move and to do hands-on activities where they can touch and feel to understand. So we monitor that and we document it. We write notes and we have total documentation, and we provide feedback in the sense that we have team meetings and we discuss with our academic coordinator, and of course with you as parents when we need your help. So learning is a journey, yeah, and we are here to help them, not to put a stamp on them, a label. Yeah. We use a wide range of assessment strategies to collect information, and we have different elements such as concepts, acquisition of knowledge, mastering of skills. We have ATL skills, we call them. Development of attributes of the learner profile. This is something that we are trying to build together with the curriculum. You probably know about the learner profiles: to be caring, to be balanced, risk taker, or courageous. They changed the word now. There are a few adjectives, let's say, these attributes of the learner profile, and in the end the children will have gone through all of them at some point. And of course, it depends on their personality. Some are more inclined to be caring and empathetic with the others. Some are more active, and they are ready to take risks and to do new things every time. Some are more reserved. So you will see that all these attributes are actually their strengths and their weaknesses at some point. And we as teachers try to teach them to let go of their fears and go through all these beautiful attributes. And of course, at the end of each unit of learning, which I'm going to explain later, we will find a way to encourage the kids to take responsible action according to what we teach. So action is a strong part of the IB, and especially in the early years, when they have this fearless attitude towards the world around them. They are ready to take action. And the more they learn about what we teach, the more they learn and understand about the responsibilities we as people on this planet have, they will be ready to take action. And this will be something we will, as teachers, will want you to observe at home as well. When they come with something they learned and they put it in practice at home, that's their action. Assessment and reporting. We, of course, will change things. Every year we change assessments a little bit to improve and to discuss about what went well the year before. So if you are a parent of an older child or a child who was here last year, you probably remember that we reported at the end of the year by sending you a huge file with lots of information. And we, as teachers, got feedback from you that it wasn't really user-friendly. So let's see how we will do it this year. We'll probably have a report card. But before that, we assessed the children. And we use different strategies to collect information, on each of the elements represented in the curriculum. So we have observation and anecdotal records. We have the learning continuums, which means from the beginning of a child's journey at this school, their learning journey is being saved and sent as a file to the next teacher, so we can see the progression. We have formative assessments and reflections. Formative assessments means that we have activities where we assess different skills, and we see what is easy for the child and where the child struggles. And then that helps us, it gives us feedback of the child's learning and the child's way of learning. And then it gives us feed forward, which means what we can do next. And of course, reflections at the end of each unit of learning, of a few weeks of learning, we get reflections from the children and from the teachers about what went well and what didn't. We have three-way conferences. Some of you may know from the past. This is something that it's like a small meeting where the child, the parents, and the teacher are in a room, and we talk about goals after a while, not right now. It's probably going to be in September. So we as teachers have a clear idea of the learning journey of your child. So we will have a meeting together. We will set goals for academics and for social skills and wherever it's needed. And then towards the end of the year, we will have student-led conferences. That's when you as parents will come into the classroom and your child will take you through the different stations in the class, the different places where we have our math centers, our literacy centers, our science or arts, and they will show you how it is, how a day is at our class, in our class, and what they like to do best. And you will have probably some games or activities together. And a new thing that will happen this year, there will be a progress summary and developmental talk. So that's probably going to be the last meeting we have together, separate meeting, I mean, like per family, where we will probably discuss about the way the goals have been achieved, the goals that were set at the beginning of the year, and how it went in general, how the year went. And it's possible that this meeting would be after the report card is sent. I'm not sure, but that's something new. We will learn more about it soon. All right. Program of inquiry. This is our tool as teachers, but if you see, it's quite small print, I'm sorry, but it has to fit in the slide. These are the 4 transdisciplinary themes that we will teach throughout this school year. In the early years, we have only 4, and in the upper grades from PYP1 up, there will be 6 transdisciplinary themes per year. The one we started with is called Who We Are. These blue titles stay the same until PYP5, including PYP5. And it's under them where the focus is. So for us, the transdisciplinary theme is focusing on what it means to be human. And our central idea, which is the main thing the child will know at the end, is that senses help navigate the world. So we will talk about the 5 senses. We will have activities about each of them, and we will find ways for the children to understand at their level that we are human beings, we have a body, and we have senses that help us, and senses that may not be there for some people. So then in a way, this will develop their understanding and their empathy towards others. And if you're looking on the pictures on Toddle, you will see that we've started with the sense of hearing this week. So you will probably hear about the bell and about musical instruments and about not being able to hear. And it's a unit that is going to take 8 weeks. And we will do different activities, and Keisha as well, our PE teacher, will do her part in the same focus of the 5 senses. And the LP here is the learner profile. So this unit you will hear about courageous and inquirer. The skills will be research skills. So your kids will learn about research. They will learn to find information in books. They will learn to check iPads for pictures or games that we have and apps that we have installed in the unit focus. Math and language. I think in another slide you will hear about this. Math and language are actually incorporated in what we teach. So we don't have a special session. Now it's math lesson, now it's language. It's all together in little activities. So the math strengths, this unit will be pattern and function. So we will learn about patterns in different ways, and we will probably have pattern games too. because kids will learn that patterns will not only be on paper or in a game with colors. Patterns could be with movement or with songs or with numbers, like the teens, 15, 17, the pattern in sounds. So we will find different ways to make them understand. And then if they understand and they put it in practice, it sticks. It's something that doesn't get lost like theory. Yeah. And then we will have another fun unit about where we are in place in time. It's going to be focusing on transportation and environment determines transportation. So this is going to be about different countries and different places and how their environment there determines transportation. So if you live in a city, you can have public transportation. If you live in the countryside, you have different transportation and so on. Then we'll talk about how we express ourselves, and our focus will be drama. So we will have stories, will be stories on stage, puppet shows, shadow puppets, different ways to understand that drama is actually builds on emotions. So they will learn about emotions and how to express them. You will have a lot of fun because they will probably come to you and show different faces, funny faces, or different voices of characters. And the last unit is sharing the planet, where this is also a very nice unit. You will hear all about water and water creatures and bodies of water, and I think this is my third year in this age group, and each time this was a favorite unit. Everyone loved it. We started with rivers and ponds, and we ended with oceans, and everyone loved sharks and mermaids, and this mixture of fiction and non-fiction books and videos, and it's fun. And of course, the responsibility part will be that our kids will learn to recycle and to keep our waters clean. So this will be again part of our IB focus, responsible learners. Yeah, language arts, and literacy. This is, we will focus on phonics. We have this Jolly Phonics program where they learn phonics through songs. We read stories, and we try to read every day. Fiction, non-fiction books, songs and rhymes. We even use Raz Kids, the older kids platform, for books where we can download books and put them on the screen. Oral communication is another part of language arts where we learn about listening and speaking. So we actually try to teach the kids to listen to their friends, to listen actively, to understand what's happening, to speak in different ways, so to present when they have something they wrote or they drew, that's speaking in public in front of an audience. There are different strategies and different situations. So it's not just speaking in general, but speaking with a purpose. Written communication will be about reading and writing. This shouldn't worry you because it's going to be through phonics. They will learn the picture of a letter, what the letter looks like, and reading for them, at least at the beginning, means reading picture books, reading the picture and telling the story as they know from the picture. And writing is also at the beginning mark making, so they will copy letters or they will write different drawings. Actually, they will draw, and that could be called writing because it's a story in a drawing. And viewing and presenting for visual communication, this is something we will do a bit later in the year, when they will present, especially when we have the drama unit, they will present their drawings and their stories to an audience. And all of this will be done in short activities, because we are aware of their attention span at this age. So we will not keep them sitting down for more than 15 minutes without moving or doing something, taking a break, because they can't function otherwise. Mathematics, these are the strands for mathematics. Number is something we work with throughout the year. So from the beginning to the end, we will count attendance, we will do small number games, number activities, but the others will be split in the different units. So for instance, shape and space will be in the transportation unit. Pattern and function is now at the beginning. Measurement is going to be later, data handling the same. And for EYP3, they will also have mathletics, which is something for older kids. Okay. A schedule of the day in general, some days are different because of the specialist teachers' times. We have only one specialist, so her times are different for each class. So at 8:15, when children start to come, all children come, we have centers till 9, which means they can play in different parts of the classroom, where they have math games, literacy games, they have building, there's a building center, we have a train, we have some blocks, all these activities that are according to their age and according to the unit. We let them play freely, but it's planned play. So they play, but they do what they're supposed to do in a way. And then at 9 to 9:15, we have circle time, when we come to the carpet and we have the same routine every day. We have attendance, we have a little bit of a calendar discussion, and we incorporated this morning meeting from the responsive classroom. This is a program that worked in different schools. So we teach them to say good morning or hello to a partner, to look into each other's eyes and say the other's name, and then to share something that happened to them. So like on Monday, we talk a little bit about the weekend, the best thing that happened during the weekend, or an activity they liked, or the day before, if there's something that they liked. So this is practically the same every day, and it teaches them to reflect on the past, to keep a bit of a focus on what's happening, to be more present in what they do, so then they can talk about it later. And then after this, we have a section called UOI, Unit of Inquiry. And this is when we have some activities related to the unit. So for instance, today we had Magic Bag, where there was a musical instrument inside, and I played the instrument without, it was a bell, and I played it without them seeing it. So they had to pay attention, listen, and talk about what it makes them feel like. And we did the same previously last Monday with chimes. So it's interesting for them to learn to think beyond what they can see. And it's related to our unit with senses, and it's also helping them think deeper. And it's fun because I got all sorts of answers. Like, for instance, the sound of the bell, for some of them meant magic. For others meant a bell because they recognized the sound. But for chimes the other week, it was fun because they thought about mermaids or birds or different things. Yeah. And each day we will have an activity regarding our unit. So it's going to be about different senses, or it's going to be probably a math or a language. It depends on the day. Then we have fruits. at 9:45, roughly. I mean, sometimes 5 minutes up or down could be different, but we have fruits every day, and the kitchen sends us fruits, so we don't need to worry about those. Then we go outside for 1 hour, and then we come inside at 11, and we have a game on the carpet, or we read a story while one of the teachers goes to the kitchen to bring the lunch trolley. Then we have lunch in the classroom. Then we have resting time, where they don't really sleep. It can happen that they fall asleep if they're really tired, but they just rest, lay down for half an hour. And then we have a classroom activity. That could be math, it could be language, it could be a science project, it could be art, whatever is planned for that day. And then a little bit of free play again, and we end the day with a dance. And some of the children go home, others stay for free kids, and then they have snack one more time because it's already such a long time since the last time they ate. And they have Swedish 2 times per week, PE and well-being once a week. And we go to the library once a week, but for the moment we need to get a schedule from the library and to see when the library is open. And we also have a library in the early years area, a small library just for us, where we can go unplanned whenever we want. Communication with the school is email, but I would prefer Toddle Family. It's new to me as well. I haven't used it before, but I have it on the phone and it's easy to access. And it's probably easy for you if you have it on the phone. It's better than email. Toddle is the communication platform, so you will get the newsletters, of course, the pictures of activities. It's the best way to keep one platform, because then we all get confused. And please remember to check the announcements, because you will get announcements not only from me, but also from PLT, sometimes maybe from Anne, who is our coordinator in the early years. And our newsletters will be every second week. And in there, you will not see many pictures because we share them anyway. So it's better for us to keep it simple. So in the newsletter, you will get information about different activities, dates, different, I don't know, meetings maybe from school, and what we teach. So about the unit, how it is going, or if we want your input or your help with certain activities, like for instance, to send pictures of transportation. In the transportation unit, I used to ask families to send me pictures of their children in the car or on a train or on an airplane or something like that. So then the child can share on the big screen. We will put it up in the classroom and the child can share with the other children and discuss about transportation. And that helps us keep them involved in the teaching process and the learning process. We all learn from each other in this system. And as you probably know, we have a school phone, and that could be, yeah, it's good to call if there's an emergency and if it's the most convenient. And to notify absences or late, we also share the IST platform. And I think all of you have access to it. There is someone who doesn't have the schedule there, so that's why there's a problem, but usually it works. And we see the messages from there as well, my colleague and I. Our expectations would be very simple, if you ask me. So indoor shoes, everyone has them, and that's brilliant, because we have fire alarms sometimes, or even situations when there's a fire because someone put something in a toaster somewhere in school. Or, yeah, and the fire alarm means we all go outside immediately, and it's important to have shoes on, especially when the weather will change. To be on time, of course, that's important for us, because then we have a smooth transition from one activity to another. To post absences through IST or to call the school, we talked about this. It's good if we can rely on your help. To have appropriate clothing, because we go outside every day. So shoes, of course, clean clothes. That sometimes because we have I don't know, an experiment with water, or we bake and we need them to wash their hands, and then they get wet sleeves, or someone plays with water and it doesn't necessarily mean that they have toilet accidents, but of course that can happen too, and it's not a problem, but it helps us if we have extra clothes. What you can do at home to help your child's learning. This is something that I really would like you to keep in mind. I know it's hard and you're all busy, but remember to read to your child in your mother tongue if you can, because they don't need extra support with English. They will be exposed to English so much. If they are beginners now, this will change in 6 months. So if you keep your mother tongue alive, it's the best thing. Yeah. And ask them what they are learning in school or what they're interested in. This can help you at home to find out what they like more. It can help us if they didn't like something. It's good for us to know. And to read your toddler announcements, and that will help you be up to date with the units, to know what to ask, of course. We will need your support as partners, class representatives. This is something that, especially now with the corona, is not really a big job. So we don't really organize parties or big events, but we would like to have 2 people in each class group who can be the class class representatives, to keep an email group with all the parents, and if there's an event, we can ask you to help send an email or organize something. We will have probably a party for winter celebrations, where we will have need your help to bring something to eat for the kids, or things like that. So if someone can coordinate these short things, activities, that would probably be once or twice per year. That would be great. And in the past, the Parent-Teacher Association from the school, the PTA, organized festivals in Helmholtz. I'm not sure if we will do that now with this situation with Corona, but if that's the case, then the parent representative could be in communication with them as well, with the group, and see if our class can contribute in any way with some activities, or I don't know. Yeah. So this is basically what a parent representative will need to do. We will have parent sessions with the EYP Academy coordinator. This will be, this is Anne Lin. She's our coordinator for the early years, and she will have probably online meetings like this one with parents who want to learn more about or understand more about IB in the early years. And she's very experienced, and she's a very nice lady who can explain and give examples, and it's really a privilege to have her as our early years coordinator. And these dates will be announced again through Toddle announcements. Okay, do you have any questions? I've been talking so much. Do you have any questions? Let me see if I can get out.
No, Claudia, but
No.
this is fantastic presentation. Really appreciate what you are doing with the little kids.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Claudia, the way the IB works now, I think we have been familiar, more and more, now, because we have 2 kids, in
Yeah.
that situation, and we can really see, how they are developing, and it's really unique, playing learning. So I think that's really unique, and we are happy and to have you as well, I mean, in this journey. So so much
That's
for all.
nice. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing this, Claudia. It gives us great crystal clear about like how we I work together, and I think we can best support, and also so happy to have you here
Thank you
in
so
the group.
much. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Thank you. Right.
Just one thing, Claudia. I mean, maybe this is more, my personal related question, but I mean, I know that in case of my elder child, I have been, talking to their to our native language. I mean, with him, and like my husband has a different language, I has a different language, and we have been, talking in those different language, and he developed, very fast. I mean,
Mhm.
in case of Aisha, like it has been, I mean, in case of my husband language, she's developing, but in
Mhm.
case my language, she tries to talk to me in English, but I say to her that you have to talk to me in my language, which is like, Sindhi. So she's trying, but she is a little bit slow. So I was like, that it's different with every case. She will be on the same track as of Ali. So I mean, we are trying that at home, but just trying to understand, more.
Yeah. But give her time because this is hard. There are so many languages and she's only 4. But
Yeah.
if you just keep talking to her in your language, and it's okay if she answers in English because that's what she knows now and she's comfortable with. But yeah, just don't give up. That's all
Okay.
I can say. Yeah.
Yeah, and building on to that, Claudia, my son have actually learned Swedish already because he went to the Swedish school in Osby. But now he's going to international school. So yeah, he knows Swedish, but we are a little bit afraid that he might lose the language. But who knows? I mean, maybe if we, if he wants to, keep it with him, it might stay with him forever.
Yeah. It's important to try as much as you can because I'm sure all your languages, I can speak about my language, Romanian. It's very hard to learn Romanian
Right.
as an adult. But as a child, it's the easiest way because they learn by absorbing. They don't have to translate in their minds. So keep it alive as much as you can. Of course, we do what we can.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have local friends here, and we make sure that they meet them because we don't want that the language that he has learned, just goes away because now he goes to the international school.
Yes, yes. It's important
Yeah.
for family also to be able to communicate with your children,
Yes.
right? Grandparents or family at home. So yeah, it's very important. But Swedish also, it's my personal
Yes.
struggle, and
Right.
I hope there will be a time when I could speak, but not yet. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So is this like a wrap up, Claudia? Should
I
we hang
think
up or? Yeah.
you leave the meeting if I'm just saying goodbye to all of you, and if there's anyone who wants to say anything, please do.
Perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. Bye bye. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you, Claudia. I have just one question, Claudia.
Yes.
Zain she has a fever about 2 days or 3 days ago, and
Yeah.
I don't know if she will come tomorrow also because her brother also have now a fever, so we didn't know if it's okay if she coming
I think
tomorrow or
it,
it's much better if we wait till
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
if she has 2 days of symptoms free, that's what the recommendation says. She's
Yeah,
uh
I think she go away yesterday. So today maybe, and we can wait till Wednesday.
yes, I think it's best like that. Yeah, that would
Ah,
be
okay.
yeah.
I fix it on the schedule. Thank you very much. Thank you very very busy, very nice information, and
Thank
to
you.
clear over. Thank you for everything you're doing, Claudia.
I will share the presentation.
It will be very nice.
Thank
I try because I have also my son and with Anne. I try to go to the meeting with Anne, and it's not working. I don't know. Maybe it's a problem in the link, but I think it will be the same information on
Yes,
there also.
same information. It's just the personal slide that is
Oh,
different.
okay. But I send a message for her anyway.
All right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye
Yes,
bye.
I close
Bye
the
bye.
meeting. Bye.
Bye bye, Claudia.